always hide behind a pillow.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, guys. Welcome to a new day, a new episode.
Oh, okay,
Oh, we don't have to wait.
sing. Wow.
Oh, what was that? What song is that?
Just a little riff I like to do. I'm talented in that way. I'm also going to take off my glasses so I'm more like sexy, mysterious. To the people
Face
in the comments
reveal.
about face reveal. Mainly because the bridge of my nose hurts.
No.
Does that happen to you when you wear glasses?
The thing is, I try to only wear them when I'm like watching something or like, and I wear contacts a lot more. Like I just prefer it. That's the thing, so it doesn't. But I do get the little, like the ones I have right now.
Do I have them?
It hurts.
Manchas?
No, you actually don't.
Oh, thank God.
Like it's like a tiny.
God.
It's not pushing.
I got new ones and like they're so beautiful glasses, but they really hurt my nose.
No.
You know.
Those are really pretty.
Thank you.
I like them.
Warby Parker Franny.
Love I would love to be sponsored by Warby Parker. One time when I was studying in New York and I was like interning, I had to go do a pickup because they were like shooting a commercial for the show with it. Their headquarters in New York are like the most beautiful office I've ever been into. I was like, I don't really know what kind of job I could get here, but I would love it. It was beautiful. So beautiful, friend.
Oh, that's so good to know. I love their stores. They're so aesthetically pleasing and like very clean, but also quirky fun.
Exactly.
Love it.
Amazing.
I'm so proud of us.
So how are you, friend? How's your week, your past week?
Totally on par with today's subject. But no, it was a good week. Very chill.
Yeah.
I haven't had chill in quite some time.
True.
So chill felt really
That's good.
Almost a little anxiety provoking because I hadn't been that chill in a while.
Yeah.
But how was your week?
My week was good. It was pretty
cute top.
Thank you.
Sorry, I've been obsessed with this top since I entered the door.
It's anthropology. It was good. I'm like, what did I do with my time last week?
Did you pass your French test?
I did, but thank God I'm A 2.2 now. So watch out, friends. I'm coming for you.
What is it? 2.2?
So it's like
the niveles?
Yes, exactly. And so it's like I think the 2 level goes up to like A 2.4 before you can go into B. Like now you're level B, but I think you can get up to level C. I don't know how many there's like a lot of little ones. But I'm kind of expecting to get to B1 and go to France and do an immersion. That's how far I'm going to do it.
Okay, bonjour.
Yeah, but it was good. It's bonjour. Salut, coucou, bisous.
Le pomme est rouge.
Oui.
Oui.
My French teacher is seeing this. I know more than that. I promise. I just don't want to. Yeah, the egg.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Les filles.
Yeah. What about them?
Mange.
Mange.
L'œuf.
Les filles. Aïe. Les filles mangent. L'œuf.
The girls eat an egg.
Amazing. I thought that was beautiful. Wow. French speakers over here.
I love my Duolingo.
Did you see anything about Coachella?
Many a thing about Coachella.
Okay, well, how do you feel about it? What did you?
I'm on Cat's Eye TikTok.
Oh.
I'm not like the biggest Cat's Eye fan, but like I can appreciate.
I don't know a single song.
I know like the radio ones.
Okay.
But like I just love their dances. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah. I think it's great that there's like 50 of them. I've never seen like a girl band with that many.
What? 50?
There's like
5.
8. Oh. The thing is, I saw them on Jimmy Fallon, and I was like, "There's like 8 of them up there." It's 5?
There were 6. There were 6.
Oh,
now there's 5, and that's like why everybody's like freaking out online. But I saw their set; it was fun. I've been obsessed with their new song, mainly because it's just
everywhere.
Yes, what my brain sounds like sometimes. So I've been listening to that. I saw the stuff about Sabrina Carpenter's first weekend, The Good, the Bad. Did you see what she did?
No.
The internet's like going crazy, and it's like,
what did she do that was bad?
It was questionable. It wasn't the best.
Oh.
And her PR.
I gotta research into that.
Correctly. Yeah. So there was that, but I loved that part aside. I think the rest of her set was fantastic.
Yeah.
And like so cool and so well produced.
Yeah.
Obsessed with it. And I'm not even a Sabrina Carpenter fan in that way. Like I don't know the tunes.
Right.
I know like the big ones.
Yeah, same.
Thought her set was lovely. And then of course, Biebercella.
I
wasn't a believer.
Okay. Yeah, me neither.
But I knew the hits.
Right. As we all do. That's the thing. Even if you weren't one, like
Yeah.
They made it into every single ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I think like post Hannah Montana reunion, then this came in. I was
like nostalgia vibes.
Yes, like life is good. The world is alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't wish I was at Coachella.
Yeah.
The year I wish I was at Coachella was the year Bad Bunny headline and Rosalia was there and also Ra was there. It was like
crazy. I don't remember that year.
Reggaeton-a-con.
Damn, that's my thing. I'm sorry for this hot
and
take.
Labyrinth.
Oh, Labyrinth.
That would have been crazy. That was that year.
Oh.
And I was in school and I should have.
Oh my god, yeah, you were right there.
So I had stupid assignments.
Damn. That's the thing. I think Coachella had a moment, and this is a hot take, but I was like, when people were like hyping up Coachella this year, I was like, I thought Coachella was dead. Like, Coachella to me was, I get it, 2016. We were all over it. Like, Vanessa Hudgens was the queen of Coachella. That's the Coachella I stayed at. Okay. Like, where her fits were very feather inspired. Low-key, I'm like, something needed to be studied about that. You know what I mean? Like, there was something, but in the moment, it was like the boots, the booty shorts. That was the Coachella.
The
I would have
long vest with like the
yes.
What is that called? Fray.
Yeah. But so
large brim hat.
It was all hats. It was all like flower crowns. Like that was my Coachella. Okay. So nowadays I was kind of like, like
yeah. I mean,
I was not into invested.
Even when I lived nearby, it was like a 2-hour drive to get to the Coachella Valley. 2 or 3.
Oh. It's like going to Orlando. Go to the parks.
And for me, it was like, as we've heard, if I'm going to take a vacation or do anything, I'm going to do it nicely. And the fact of the matter is, even like a Hilton, they price up to like $2,000
Of course, I imagine.
And it can be like a Holiday Inn. No hate to the Holiday Inn. I love a good Holiday Inn.
Their hot chocolate is the best hot chocolate I've ever had.
What do you know about a morning waffle?
So good. So good.
Okay. No hate to Holiday Inn, but I'm not going to pay $2,000 a night.
No. Of course.
So it would be car camping would be my option, and an outdoor shower, or waiting in the shower line that takes like 2 hours, I think.
Right, because you can camp there too, right? Like you can.
I'm not doing that.
I've seen people doing like glamping situations. So valid.
Will I ever make it to there? Maybe the lineup would have to be as good as it was those years back. Because that for me, I watched so many performances on like YouTube TV. Yeah. I remember sitting in my apartment and I was like, should I just drive there right now?
You should have just pulled the plug. Oh my god, I had a friend once. This is so iconic. But when it was like this just made me think of that. When it was like Met Gala, we were in New York. And she was in the fashion world, so she lived and breathed this stuff. Oh. But I remember that, like, we had never made plans to go or anything. We come home, because she was a roommate. We come home, and we have a sticky note on the wall, because we spoke via sticky notes a lot. I'm a sticky note lover. I love sticky notes. And she just left a thing that said, "Hey guys, skip my last class and went to the Met Gala. I may be crazy, but I'm free. Love ya." And she just went out there to like see the people walking in. And I was like, you know what? Fair. She stood in class, was watching this stuff, and she said, "I can't handle this."
She's actually the most iconic person.
Isn't it? I thought it was iconic. Like now I think about them like
I'm actually really jealous that I don't have that gall.
No, I would have never thought about it. I would have just like seen the FOMO, cried myself to sleep, said, "Okay, God, thanks again."
Wait, that's like so cool,
isn't it?
Like, did she get up to like the fences?
I actually don't know.
Oh, not the fences, the gates.
I know. I think she got. Yeah, she was like very much like she like was sending videos, but I don't know. I don't remember if
What a great memory. I would actually that would go down in my history.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah. Well, I guess we should get into the topic of today's episode.
Should we? Maybe we shouldn't. Do I have any active NDAs? Just kidding.
No, actually, I did think about that, but I'm like, I feel like, hopefully, I don't remember signing anything.
I think I signed
either when I started or ended. But there's no bad blood. There's nothing
no
bad to be said. It's just
living.
We're just paranoid.
We just have really bad anxiety, as you know, as you've heard for now.
No, like 1,000 times, literally. No, I think we should drum roll. Today's episode is Not Everybody Needs to Quit Their Job. Dun dun dun. Listen,
Major dun dun.
Literally. Listen, if you've been on TikTok, like at all in the past 2 years, you've seen it. It's like, quit my job to become a full-time blah, blah, blah. Quit my job to do XYZ. Quit my job to travel the world. It's all over. We've all thought about it, even when we're happy where we're at, because TikTok makes it seem like maybe we should.
Yes, TikTok always makes me feel like I should even like jump off a building because it would be fun.
No, literally.
Like there's so many creators that do these crazy spontaneous things that simply are not of my interest. Mm-hmm. Oh. But I'll
do it.
do them now.
They edit it so well. Like that little, yeah, that'll get you. Editing wizards.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain's
Sorry, gotta call Jeff.
Jeff, you're supposed to make sure everything's
You're supposed
to
handle the landline while we're recording this.
But no, I have to like completely agree with you. I feel like I've fallen victim to like that content that is, I quit my job to become a fitness instructor. I quit my job to live on the beach and I have $20 in my pocket, and it seems so idealistic, but it's the same. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but when you hear like actors interviews or directors interviews or what have you, whoever is an influential person, and they're like, I moved to LA with $20 in my pocket and a dream. I moved to New York with nothing but a cigarette, a $5 bill, 4 pennies, and an underwear. Like
1,000%.
And there's something so aspirational about like, wow, they came
about the struggle.
Yes, the struggle, but even through the struggle they make it. And obviously they never really dive deep into what that struggle looked like, how long was the struggle. But I think we immediately interpret it as, they went from zero success to super success overnight. And I think TikTok has really stirred the pot with that, and like, I don't know, made everybody drink this Kool-Aid of you have to quit your job immediately.
Absolutely. Your boss speaks to you a little bit too loud? Yeah. Walk out.
I've even seen things, I recently got a new job, and I've even seen things of, if they're not willing to negotiate anything at all, you decline the job. And I'm like, that's
crazy.
Like, that's not how things work.
Literally.
Like, so
oh God.
I think it's just TikTok and all social media has created this, not atmosphere, but maybe collective thought process of like, the minute you're uncomfortable, dip. The minute you get
with
a stern word, you're out. The minute,
literally, even relationships, which is crazy.
Is a whole other thing on TikTok. Which,
no. Protect your peace.
I have an off-camera dinner for you.
Oh, I'm excited.
I just think it's crazy.
Like, you can't flaunt drama in front of me and not expect me to bite.
So sorry, guys. That's my NDA. Can't actually that. But I think it's just so crazy, and I feel like our age group is so on either side of the spectrum with it, where we either have really, really, really rooted and rational, or completely rational, delulu, go crazy. And I think it is also a generational thing, because
I was gonna say
my mom's, probably your parents, and my grandparents have such different thoughts about jobs and the job world and how to get a job or how to lose a job than we do.
Yeah. No, but I think you brought up 2 really good points. This one about the generational thing, because I do think TikTok presents this idealized version, but also it's like, we grew up on social media, so what we know how to go about the world is immediacy. Like, that's what we were taught to look out for, and TikTok continues to feed that, and that is completely at odds with how the corporate world works. Like, you can climb the corporate ladder in a year, right? Like, every time you hear of like these outliers of like, oh, she started as like an assistant, and then within the year she was already like manager, like, those are absolutely outliers. But TikTok makes it seem like, no, this is what everybody needs to be expecting from their work. And so that's what I always struggled with, because I was like, TikTok is like feeding me all these things of like, if I'm doing really good at my job, if I'm doing these things, like, somebody should have noticed by now, somebody should have like been bringing me up, or like, I should already be manager here, guys. But then all I was getting, and like, it's no tea or no shade, was just kind of like, thank you, girl. Thank you for that. Like, you're carrying the ship, and thank you. You know what? You get to go home at 4 p.m. today. And the thing no shade, because I think moving, like, after I left my job, I had time to be like, yeah, there was 2 completely extremes working at odds with each other constantly, which is what the expectations for like building a career are, which it takes time, it takes like certain things, and then me just expecting things to be a lot quicker because I was being quick. And I think that's not necessarily like our fault, but it's just like the world not adapting.
I think also we have this terrible, gut-wrenching terminal disease called perfectionism and overachieverism.
Overachieverism,
and you and I both struggle with that, which I don't know if you ever had this, but little 15-year-old Victoria, I was like, I'm going to be the CEO of a company by 25.
No, literally.
And so 23-year-old Victoria.
Forbes 30 under 30. I should have been there at 14.
I was in complete belief. I'm going to do it. It's me. It's going to happen.
Yeah. No.
Has not.
Thank God we're not 30 yet. So there's still time. But absolutely.
We're not in the grave.
No, we're not in the grave.
No, not that you're in the grave at 30.
30 is the new 15.
I just feel like I will be.
No, yeah. But also, to your point, to what you were saying about, I thought that was really interesting that you brought up the social media aspect and like the Hollywood-esque, because I agree that I always grew up with those stories, but even though we didn't see the struggle, it's like they did mention it as a struggle, right? Social media is not like that. When you see, there's a few people on there that will be like, I quit my job and this has been the reality. But most people don't share that. Most people, it's like, it was the best decision of my life. And I think I very much quit my job because it was like, that was the feeling I was getting. I was like,
right.
I was not thinking about the struggle. I was not thinking like, oh, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to have to like really think about this, really do these things. It was very much like, I think the universe is going to reward me for being brave enough to quit my job, that everything's just kind of line up. So I think that's interesting, that I feel like if more people were honest about like the behind the scenes of like, yes, fun employment can be fun, but it's also so draining. It's also like exhausting to kind of be like, oh, like what did I do? And to understand that the struggle can go on for a long, it's like it comes in waves.
Yeah. But I think it's hard too, because I do really understand I'm some person, which we'll probably get into this later, but like, because of the way my childhood was, I simply refuse to live unhappily. And that is both wonderful and also ruins my life daily.
Yeah.
But if I know that a job really isn't giving me anything other than a paycheck, I think that's at the point I know, oh, it's time for me to look elsewhere, or time for me to at least try and broaden my horizons, whether it's networking, watch our last episode, networking, or just an active job search. But I think I really do have this thing, and it gets worse when I do consume that media, because it is people that just show the highlight reel of, I quit my job and then I made a Pilates studio, and
exactly, super successful.
And we're making it no sé qué cuánto million.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a different part of the world, or a different mindset. And then I think the other thing that not enough people talk about is we don't know those people's personal lives, and everybody's personal situation is so different. Because there were times, girl, I wanted to quit a job, but unfortunately
you can't.
I've got rent to pay and bills due, and being an adult sucks. And I remember one time, I have like a background in Pilates, and I haven't been able to teach at a studio yet, but I've been really dying to, and I still like do all my coursework and all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. But I remember one time there was an instructor at a studio, and she was like, oh, why don't you just quit and you just do this full time? And I was like, well, like, you know, most of the studios, they want me to do training and all this stuff, and it takes a couple of months, and I can't really afford. And she goes, oh, but what do you mean you can't afford? And it was like, just this blanket thought. And I ended up finding out, like, she lived off of an estate and all this stuff. So her life
part of the 1%,
right? But no tea, no shade. Everybody's
of course, it's
life
different.
Situation is so different. And I think when we consume this media, that's just like, I quit my job and I'm sailing to the coast of Barcelona.
Literally,
there's so many different places people come from, and so many backgrounds, that I've always find it really difficult to just say somebody's entirely in the wrong for quitting or entirely in the right.
No, of course.
Just because you don't know where these people come from.
No. I agree.
Like, it's completely different to live with abuela and not have a bill to pay versus, every bill's by yourself, or maybe your partner's in a continuing education program and you're now the breadwinner for you and your family. Like, there's so many factors of being in a job and wanting to quit a job that that, like you said, social media, TikTok, completely strips.
It does.
It's like, girl, just tell me how you have $5 in your pocket and like
literally
did it every day.
Pull up the statements before you start speaking to us.
Tell me about your credit card debt, because I know you got credit card debt. I know for a fact that Amex is wrapping it up.
You know, Loki, you know how people do like the response videos?
Mm-hmm.
So now it should be like every, like their like bank associate. Hey, Lindsay, before you book that next trip, let's talk about this.
No, literally. And
But yeah.
I don't know. I think that's my biggest quarrel with it.
Of course. No, and I do think it's a very personal thing whether you decide to quit a job or not. I think it's interesting that you said that for you it's like if you're unhappy, you will, because I think I'm the opposite, but I think it's because I built so much of my identity around work. And this happened like college. I think before that I never like I had aspirations, obviously, but I think it was in college that I started getting like validation for certain things, and like internships were lining up that I was not putting in too much effort into getting. I was just like shooting out into the universe. And so quickly, like I started building a CV that I was really proud of and that I was kind of like, okay, I'm good at this. And so I think because of that, every time I was in those spaces, I have never been treated poorly at a job. Like I can't say that I have at all.
Lovely.
But there has, yeah, exactly. But there has been like things that I'm upset about or feel like maybe I was like, underexplored, like certain things that I knew were enough for me to be like, but I will like tell myself the lie that it's like, no, but your career, like you have to keep going, you have to keep going. Like think about what that would mean to you, not even like to lose the financial aspect of it. Because thankfully, like I have not been in a situation yet that I'm like responsible for me, myself, and I. Like I've lived at home. And when I was in college, it was like my parents were helping me out. So like that has never been the thing, because I think that's a huge aspect. Like
huge.
If like yes, happiness matters, but also being able to put food on the table. So like but I think I will put myself through in a work situation or like a school situation. It like my happiness was not the first thing I was thinking of. Like my thing was like, am I succeeding? Like, am I succeeding? And am I doing good for other people? Like, are they impressed by me? Are they happy with my work? If they're happy with my work, I can go home and rant about how I'm unhappy with their work, but I'll stay. Like, I'll stick with it.
Success for you is entirely external.
Yes.
Oh, that's
like
so
I need somebody to be like like I try to think of situations when it's like, and I think even if I feel it, I'll only allow myself to like fully say it if I've already got like 3 reviews.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
No, I do really understand what you mean, but it's so funny. I'm very much opposite.
Yeah.
I can be getting praise, but once my brain is checked out, it's almost like I paint that praise to me. They're just doing it because they're contractually obligated to do that.
Oh, interesting.
Like I won't take it as genuine.
Yeah.
I will take it as just they're doing their job the same way I'm doing mine.
Wow.
And I think I've had wonderful experiences.
Yeah.
I've had terrible experiences, but it truly has been, I don't care how successful I've been from an external point, if I don't feel a sense of, what's a grown-up word?
Satisfaction?
Thank you. Oh my god. She's an English major. She's a writer. If I don't feel a sense of satisfaction, I feel like I'm failing at the job.
Ooh. No, but I think that's amazing. I think I do think that's what it should. Well, no, I think there's 2 things. I think if you are someone, like, I don't think it's healthy at all to identify, like, to have one of your pillars be your career. I genuinely don't think that's healthy. Like, I think it should be something you're proud of, but I think your pillars should always be things that are, like, sort of, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's like
internal.
Yeah, it's like my family, how I feel about myself, like the state of the, like these things, like I think you should be proud of building a career, but I don't think at the end of life you should have that be one of the pillars where you're like, And I'm sure some people would disagree with that because it's still like something you put a lot of work into, and I'm someone that, as I say this, it's one of my pillars, right? But precisely because it's something that's also so out of my control in a lot of ways, and that I saw that no matter how, because I think that was part of the lesson, that no matter how, like, sorry to toot my own horn, but like in my last job, I was like, things would get really slow a lot of the times, and I would be the one finding the job. Like, I've just never been, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but I feel like my dad's also a bit of a workaholic. And I've always been taught that it's like, you don't, yes, sure, you're just getting paid to do this job, but I've always been taught to go above and beyond. That's just something I've internalized. So it's like, even when things were slow, for my own sense of gratification, I'll be like, let me find something else I can like take care of and I can do, because I'm here for 8 hours. I don't want to sit on my ass and just like look at the ceiling until you decide to tell me what to do. Right. But then once that was taken away, right, like, which was by my own doing too, I felt so lost, and I had to look back at the things that I had done. I was kind of like, they were stupid. I was not a neurosurgeon, you know what I mean? And I put so much of my energy, like even in college, one of my jobs was like 15 hours every Saturday, and I loved it because it was amazing what I was doing. But
what was your job? 15 hours on a Saturday?
Oh, well, because I was interning, so it was like for the,
We'll blur that out. But I was just like, 15 hours on a Saturday.
15, but it was so amazing.
I was like, at Starbucks? I'm like, a barista?
No, literally. No, imagine. But because it was this big thing.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why. First of all, slight pause. First of all, I'm like, hey, what other job did she have? La, la, la. I'm like thinking in my brain, la, 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 la. 15 hours on a Saturday. And I just imagined you at like a Starbucks, like the bar, just like hot taking a
imagine. No, but the truth is I would be that. If I worked at a Starbucks, I would be that person. Because I put, I would have to.
Yeah, but you're getting my drink done and you're getting me fast out that door, which is the most important thing to me.
Yes, true. But I'm not going to know that. You know what I mean? I think then I'm going to go home and be like, why did I do all that for? Like, I don't know. I just think it's like for those 15 hours, like as much as I loved it, I did realize I was missing out on plans with my friends. I was missing out on things. And that was like totally fine for me in the moment, because I was like, oh, I'm so excited. But then now, like when that job went away, because they do, I had so many moments that it's like, and now I don't have that memory. Like that makes me sad. Yeah. It makes me sad that I missed out on certain things. Yeah. Or like even with work, that I'd be willing to kind of like prioritize like doing so much mindless work when part of the thing that you're taught is finesse the corporate work. Like while you're not being asked to do anything, do your own shit and build your own dreams. And so sometimes that's why I get angry at myself, that it's like so much of that external validation and trying to prove myself to everybody else except to me. And it's like,
yeah, but I completely understand you, Bessie, because I was, like I said, we're both overachievers and we were both have that terrible, horrible disease of
doing the most,
of doing the most, because it was super similar in college. I had wonderful, fantastic experiences on paper, and they made me feel very solidified.
Right.
But I was doing that. I was doing then like work I had to do for school. And I really didn't participate in a lot of social experiences because I was so burnt out by the end of the week.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go out on Fridays. I just wanted to sleep.
Yeah.
And it would be like my weekends weren't for other friends, which I think I've touched on this before, of like the weekend hits and I have this balance, but I try to find the balance of socializing and also I want to rest and rot. And in college, all I did was rest and rot on the weekends because I was exhausted. Yeah. And I think I look back on it now and there's so many things where I even texted my roommate the other day. I was like, oh, like, I really miss you. Like, I wish I had just sat in the living room more. Like,
1,000%.
And yapped instead of laying down in my bed.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish I did more things with that friend or my other friend. And I didn't because I was just burnt out. Yeah. And sure, on paper, I looked fantastic. And I did feel very validated of like, I'm going to do great.
Yeah.
And I had a promise of a job after graduation, which I was going to ask you. But when I graduated, because of like how the industry was, I didn't end up having that job when I graduated. And there were hiring freezes and all this stuff. And I was without a job for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I felt so shameful.
Yeah.
I felt so embarrassed. I felt like everything I had worked meant nothing. Meant nothing and zero. And therefore I meant nothing and zero.
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't have anything to do.
Yeah.
And it was 6 months of just being in my room all day long. And it was terrible.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I think mine was different because I also had like a 5-month gap. But mine, I think the only reason I didn't feel that way is because I graduated in 2023, which was when the writer strike hit. So I was interning when it hit, and like even my internship got cut short.
Yeah, mine does
because of it. And as we were talking about financial stuff, it was like I was living in New York at the time, but as we had known from the previous writer strike that lasted forever, it was like this can go on for months and months and months. So I was at a point where it was like I loved New York so much and I knew that's where I wanted to stay, but financially I couldn't pay for an apartment and not have a job and like just be browsing. No. And also I went to school at a school that's like very well known for its business program. And so I understood that the timeline was so different because in business, like all the financial, they had their job 6 months ago. And like that's just how it worked. That's not how entertainment works. Like anything that you're going to get, they expect you to start like the next week. So I didn't apply for anything while I was still studying. I was like, it makes no sense. Like anything I'm applying to now, they're like, if you can't come in tomorrow because you're still graduating, like it doesn't work. So I was like, I need to graduate and then I can do it.
Yeah.
Writer strike hits. That doesn't happen. I came back. And so because I came back to Florida where I knew I wasn't going to be staying, I was kind of chill. You know what I mean? I was like, things like, I was just like, the world is frozen right now. Like in this entertainment business that I want to work in, nobody's working. So I don't need to feel any kind of pressure because I'm not being left behind. We're all kind of in the same boat, I felt. And then things kind of, it was so funny. This is so bad, but it's like when this job that I got, like it was a long interview process, but I remember everything I was getting, cause it meant staying here. And even though it was at a great company and it was like a great, like it just felt very aligned. I was like, every time I would move up in the process, and this sounds so ungrateful and I know I'm sorry, but I'd be like, why? Like, why? And I just couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
But I think those 5 months, the only reason is like, maybe it's because I compare myself so easily. So it's like every other point of comparison I had, everybody was in the same boat. If it had been differently, where I felt like I had friends already getting jobs or something like that, I think I definitely would have been like, oh,
but see, like,
damn.
Even none of my friends were getting any work. And I mean, like nobody was working.
Yeah.
For months and months and months and months, and people were getting random jobs, and I still felt like such a failure. But I think more than anything, I was comparing myself to my previous self because we had been in those same boats of, oh, my friends maybe weren't doing the type of work I was doing, and I think I selfishly and very egotistically was like, oh, well, like, that means I'm doing great because look at what I'm able to do. And like, wow, like, thank God. Versus when I was now on the same level, not being able to have that success I had had previously. Oh my God, my world imploded. completely imploded. And I ended up doing the fun jobs and had the best work experiences I think I've ever had.
Yeah.
Ever had. And I still look at that time like so positively. And then when I did end up going to the job we met, I remember I immediately was like, oh, this isn't as positive. And I feel so... My previous job really didn't use any brain power. And I felt like, not that it was a waste of time, but like I was wasting away.
Yeah.
Because my brain was not turning on.
Yeah.
Like... And I remember just a couple months in, I was like, I have to be here at some point or some time. And I was trying to look for avenues within the company, and that just didn't present itself to me. And I wanted to stay in Florida, which we all know is a whole song and dance of mine. I didn't want to go back to LA. And that was also such a big push and pull for months and months and months and months, because all of my success had been in a different state, different city, where I really, like you said, I didn't really feel aligned with myself or anything internal. Every positive thing in my life was simply coming from the external in that place. And versus here in Miami, I could actually feel successfully internal and happy with myself and happy with the way things were.
Absolutely. No, I think we should get into that. Like the jobs we've quit. Why did we do it?
Girl, that's some meat in there.
There is.
How many jobs have you quit?
That's the thing. I think only 2. My very first job.
2?
Yes, but that's the thing. I don't think I haven't had that many, to be completely honest. I didn't work in high school. Like I was growing up in Colombia, and like I didn't have to. So I never got a job in high school.
I had a terrible, not so politically correct joke. Okay. Well, I mean, it was like kind of. It's not politically incorrect, but it's like what a gringo joke would be. It's like, you weren't Shakira's personal assistant.
You were?
No, I was like, you weren't?
Oh, me?
In Colombia?
She wasn't living there. She was here in Miami. No, I was going like, to
terrible
school.
Gringo joke. It was prepped. It's like terrible Gringo dad joke. Have you seen those State Farm? No. Progressive commercials?
Yes, I have. That it's like they're so good. Progressive's doing some really fun stuff with Flo and like I love that.
And the parents jokes. That was that right there was one of those commercials that they're like they meet this Colombian woman. And the dad the guy that's supposed to be his dad puts like his hand on your.
Don't touch me.
You weren't Shakira's assistant. Ha ha ha.
And I'm like,
ha. And you're
she didn't live in my city. She wasn't living in the country.
You're like, please
leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I need social distancing. Please exit the building.
Bring social. No, actually, don't bring social distancing back. I'm all for touch. I am. I think
I actually loved social
except when it's like personally. I don't. Makes me feel awkward.
I loved it.
Like, isn't there a science-backed thing that it's like people need like 8 seconds of a hug every day to feel like good inside?
Did I not give you one?
No, but that was enough. Like the warmth. I feel like it.
Oh, because you remembered I wasn't the dad from the commercial.
Yes, that is what I was going to say. Dads, keep your hands to yourselves.
Please.
Genuinely, there's no need. Social distancing only for men and fathers.
Yeah.
And the men that we want to touch us, we'll let them know. We'll pluck them from the cage. Thank you.
I'll just beg and cry.
But no, I've only quit 2 jobs. The first one, which was iconic, I worked at Lindt, like the chocolate, the chocolate store when I was in college, in front of the Empire State. It was iconic. We got a lot of thieves. I was on to you, but I was too shy. So my manager would always be like, he was just so aware of it. I was never on top of it. I was like shuffling the truffles, and he was like, thieves. Like people coming into, but it was so funny because they'd come in first being like, oh, do you guys have free chocolate? Like free samples. They'll be like, no. And then they just grab and run. And I was like, oh God. But that was the first job. I quit because, and my manager was so sweet about this, I got an internship. So he was like, obviously, like that takes priority. Like it's related to your field. Like go off. And then the second job I quit was my first full-time job. My first big girl job. And that is the job I've been unemployed from since starting this podcast. I will say, I think this is a great thing that came out of it. I don't know, like, genuinely don't know what it would have been like if I was still at work, like if I would have thought about doing this. Now, I do. I think that's been my reflection of, like, you can follow your dreams while you have a full-time job and while you're doing these things. You can. I think, like, everybody has different ways and that'll fit to their schedule, but I think I definitely have a way to do it. I just didn't do it. But the reason I quit my job was to follow my dream.
And I love that.
Like,
I'm still genuinely. I think it's funny. You always speak so, not negatively. I don't even know what the word is. Almost timid. Timid? You're usually timid to say like, oh, I quit my job to follow my dreams.
Yeah.
I still think it is the coolest, bravest, but I'm also the third party.
Yeah.
Or second party?
Yeah.
Close friend.
Close personal friend, Victoria.
Close personal friend. So yes, obviously it's different from me
right.
viewing
No, but it's true, exactly. You're viewing it,
But I still look. You're my TikToker.
And that's the thing. I have to give the disclaimer that it's like yes, it was brave, but it was also like I was jumping with a safety net. Like, no, I was just not living on an apartment on my own where I had to pay bills and was going to have to like figure out the struggle. I was still going to live at home with my parents. Like, I quit to go first do a program and then I traveled a little bit. So like, there's a lot of privilege in that. And I quit with no plan, which is what I mean, that it's like, it was very not me, I think. But also like, there's privilege in being able to do that, to be able to just be like, I'm just going to go off. And I have to say that I was getting so much encouragement from the people at work to be like, you have to do this. Like, you definitely should. But I don't think brave is the word I would use. I do think that was one of those moments, and I hate to have to kind of admit that I felt like I allowed, like, the delulu of social media to get into my head and to feel like, not that I was too good for what I was doing, because I don't think that's what it was. I just felt like there was something greater waiting for me out there, and that is true, but I don't think in the timeline of things it meant that I needed to abandon like a learning opportunity. And I don't think there was growth opportunity, I will say that, and I think that's a huge factor. But I also feel like sometimes the growth, like, you have to create it for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's when sometimes I get kind of like, I don't regret leaving. It's more of like me beating myself up of like, did I do everything in my power to make sure I had tried every avenue within before choosing to jump off into the, into the darkness.
Comme c'est, comme ça. I don't know what that means.
I love that. That was so good. But so that's me. What about you? Like, how many jobs have you quit?
Let's see. My first job, I sold cupcakes.
Okay.
I ended up quitting that job, I think around when COVID started.
Okay.
So my mom was like, girl, there's this disease on the news.
Yeah.
And it's getting pretty bad.
You better not be cooking.
You need to leave the cupcake job. And I said, okay. Yeah. And I left said cupcake job. But I loved it. It was really fun. Yeah. Really low stakes. They let me study for my econ test when it was downtime.
Amazing.
After that, I worked at a boutique.
Okay.
Absolutely loved it. Mm-hmm. But then I had to move away for college, and she was super happy for me.
Good, yeah.
Moved away for college. I worked at a Chick-fil-A for 1 month.
Iconic. Everybody's got to do it.
I didn't last. I am not built for food service. God bless it. God bless every fast food service worker.
For sure.
I think you guys are an elite population that is not talked about enough.
I agree.
They are the soldiers of our every day. And I think God should bless them and keep them. And they deserve all the applause. I could not do it.
Customers are horrible.
They were terrible. Terrible. And at a Chick-fil-A,
no, imagine.
Even worse.
I can't.
If the crinkle cut fry was not in the exact...
God.
Salted. My God. So many stories. After that, I worked at a gym. Had a really negative experience and quit.
Oh, God.
After 4 or 6 months?
Yeah.
Something like that. Just really, really bad time. And then after that, I had a job that I loved in college. I worked for our school's medical school doing their donor work.
Oh.
And my job was writing thank you notes to our donors.
Oh, that's
and I loved it. And it was fun. And I had one of the best bosses I've ever had. And I was at that job for about a year. Yeah. Before I had to leave because I started getting internships. And she was, again, like, so happy for me and knew it was what I liked and blah, blah, blah. From there, I had all my internships that I had to leave after the time ran its course. And then, and then when I was jobless for 6 months, I had 3 part-times all at the same time.
Okay, oof.
And I was a spa receptionist. Loved that job.
Yeah.
Was a family friend. And I think that's the thing. Like, what I love about customer service jobs, I love yapping with the people. Like, I love creating those little moments or like,
for sure,
with a client that, the next time you see them, I remember you had this coming up. How was that? Or I love that. That's my favorite part about any job is like interfacing with the people and like, how can I make that personal connection with you? I love that. It's so good. So I did that. I was at a jewelry store. Ooh. And then I was a personal assistant to an influencer.
That's crazy.
So 3 things all at the same time, which was a little cuckoo. And then I got our full time.
Yeah.
And I was there for 8 months before, like, I just wasn't happy. Yeah, I wasn't happy doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
There wasn't really anywhere for me to grow in that division. And I was 22. And I wanted to try something else. So then I got a different job and I was there for quite some time. And I didn't particularly love it either. It didn't call to my fancy. And like I said, I think because of the way I grew up and because of the way my childhood was, I just refused to live unhappily. And like, it's a little different because I do have to pay my own bill.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I do have to pay my own bills and all this stuff, and that it does add stress. So I can't just like, I'm done.
Yeah,
Like
of course.
I wish I could. And there's a bunch of other passions that I do want to try and pursue, but again, like I don't have the backbone to just jump and have all my bills paid for a couple months. And so I ended up finding my new job that I recently just started. And for the first time, it does really feel like, oh, wait, this is so much closer.
Yeah.
And I do feel in the short time they're very much more fulfilled and almost like getting that bit of creative back that like fuels me and puts the, I don't know, just gives me more sense of a purpose and just enjoyment in the everyday versus what I've been able to do in the past as of recently. So no, it's been fantastic so far, but it is like a weekend. I still don't have login information to like anything.
See, corporate works slow.
And this is a T question.
Okay.
When you quit those two jobs, well, I guess you kind of said it. Did you quit on a good note? Did you feel there was any bad vibes from anyone or any parties? Oh, I love that.
Not at all. Like, that's the thing. The quitting was actually such a great experience. Like, I can't lie. Like, and I think that is a testament to me of, like, the work I had put in that, like, that I have these two perspectives because, for example, when I started like, at this job at the very beginning, I was not closed off, but I was not interested in necessarily building relationships because my mentality was like, I'm going to be the best fucking worker you've ever had, but I am also here to do a job. Like, I don't understand, like, at first, I just didn't understand what was the need of, like, building connections with your coworkers. I was like, I get it. We're spending 8 hours a day here, so you want to have it be worth your while. But at first, I was very much like, again, I'm like a workaholic, so I was like, be at your desk and do your fucking job. Like, what else? And I think slowly I opened up and started realizing how important that is, and it is a part of the job, like being friendly and being like a nice person to be around. And you meet so many people, you're like, I actually care for you deeply. Like, even when I leave this job, like, I hope it's all good. But to your question, I actually felt like I was so scared to quit both jobs because I felt like I was letting people down that had like put a lot of faith in me. Again, there's a lot of learning that needs to happen because it's like a job is a job. The moment they need to let you go, they're going to do it, right? And so you can't put so much of yourself into something like that because that's going to destroy you. But I did feel like everybody was so supportive. Everybody was like, we're so sad to see you go. And like, obviously we would want to, like, we want you to stay here. But if that's what your heart calls, like, I remember my top boss was very much like, my dad always told me, like, you have to follow what your heart is telling you. And if in this very moment, that's what your heart is telling you, you go and do that. And she was like, and it doesn't mean you'll never come back. It doesn't mean the door is closed for you, which I was really scared about. But when you have that feeling, you have to trust it and go follow it. And so that was really good. I was really afraid of like, what are they going to think? What are they going to say? Like, but thankfully that was like, it was a really good reception. Yeah. What about you?
Oh, I've had both sides. I've had both sides. I feel like I've had managers and bosses that were so supportive and excited. And that, like, I think that does also like contribute to your perception of the company you're leaving as well.
Of course.
And then I've had bosses that just were just gross. Even like my high school jobs too. Like, I'm 16.
Literally.
Like, it's not that serious. Or even my college, like, I'm 20.
Yeah, like, what do you expect from me?
I'm 20. No. I don't want to work at Chick-fil-A.
No, but that's also, like, what you think this is the end-all, be-all? Like, if I've already presented myself to you in a certain way, which is, like, career-driven, how is this a surprise to you that I'm saying, no, I'm going off to, like, no?
Yeah. I think it also comes from, which we've touched on just off camera before, too, of, you know, I think some people do really root their identity in their workplace, not even their job. Their workplace. And do feel like they've created a family, a core group.
It's like pseudo intimacy for them.
Which, like, I know. Look at us. Like, we met at a job and became really close friends, and now do this thing. That we're our sponsors. Where are you guys? We're doing the work.
We're doing the work, literally.
But you know, we created almost like a mini family.
Yeah.
And I've seen at our old job specifically, like, these people really created bonds with certain members of the office and things like that, where I think sometimes they almost do take it personally that you don't want to be part of that work family, that you don't want to grow in this business the way they did, or even stay as long as they did. And I feel it must come from a place of, I don't want to say jealousy, but almost like, why didn't that person want to be like me? Because I've always thought that
an ego,
almost like an ego bruise.
Yeah.
Of like, well, why didn't you want to stay and grow here with me?
That's my thing. I've always seen it, and like that's why I didn't feel the need to create relationships, and this is so bad. And that's, I think, going back to my original point, the reason I'm so keen on like don't let that be a pillar in your life is because you let it substitute real life intimacy. And I think people will take these relationships and feel like, oh, because I have all these friends at work, I don't need to have like a real life of my own outside of these walls. I don't need to put in the effort to meet friends, spend time with family, like do things for myself. And that worries me. Like, don't confuse it. Like, yes, it's great that you might be able to meet your family here, because at our old job, plenty of couples, plenty of families sprout out of that. And I think that's wonderful. But it's also like, don't ignore that there's a real life outside of this. And again, I do think this is also an entertainment thing, just generally, that you're made to feel like you are literally like the Red Cross, like you're Doctors Without Borders, and if you're not doing things in this moment, somebody will die. And it's like, no, we're doing things that are important, because I think cinema and like TV and just bringing people joy
is important.
Is so
and I will
important.
Die on that hill.
It's so important, but I also don't believe that because of that, then like drop your entire life for it. That's a crazy thing to think.
Completely.
You know?
I agree with you.
So I think to the people being like, I think, you know what I think? It's also like, I think people can become vindictive, and the personal thing, to me, it's also the insecurity of like, for you, it's so easy to let go of this thing, but for me, it's my entire world.
Yeah. I'm
not judging it. I'm just saying.
I'm not judging either.
Don't be bitter.
Mm-hmm. Don't be bitter.
Don't be bitter. Another one will come along. I'm not that special.
Do we break out into a Broadway choreograph number? Don't be so bitter. Funny.
But I was going to say, I do think a huge thing is the generational thing. I think we have to insist that also people will be confused when you leave because they've built careers at these companies, but they don't take a second to look at the state of the world for us. Like, you already are paying a mortgage. You're already doing the things that we didn't even get a chance to start.
And your mortgage is from 40 years ago.
Exactly. So it's like, the reality is all these benefits that, like, for them, I get it. Like, I'm not going to judge you for, like, the comfortability that you're feeling in your place of work, that it's like you have a family, you already know exactly where you're going to get paid, you already know all these people, you know the lay of the land, that you're just going to do the same amount of work, but we're 20-something years old.
Rent is $2,000.
Exactly, and it just sort of feels like, and you do care about career progression because, like, why? Like, it gives you a sense of purpose. It gives you something to look forward to, and I'm not saying everybody needs to want career progression. I don't believe in that. No. I think it's like up to you. In my personal life, I want it, and
I need it. I'll die.
Need it. The ambition of like, where am I going to go next, and how can I build things? And so it's just kind of frustrating when people are so easy to be like, oh, Gen Z are job hoppers. Oh, Gen Z doesn't care, and it's like, it's not that we don't care, but what are you offering us, really?
Exactly. Like, what truly. Are you offering? And I think
that you don't scream at us and like put your hand up our skirt now? Okay. Like, thanks.
You went the different angle. But yes, also very true. I was just going to say, like, I think they also were allowed to be more patient and not job hop. Yeah. Because the economy and the state of the world was so not that. We were born into just the terror generation.
Literally.
We have never known, I was actually talking about this
peace.
We have never known peace.
Yeah.
We were genuinely born into...
We were born into the bird flu, and this is where we're at now. Like, what?
The bird flu, the swine flu, COVID. I mean, we haven't had a break.
Jesus Christ.
Okay? But we were genuinely born into just a time of terror.
Yeah.
People have been afraid forever. And the prices have only reflected that. And the world is, I'm paying $5 for gas in Miami, Florida.
No,
do you know
literally,
how
it's insane.
It's horrible, let me tell you.
Horrendous. Cancel the whole thing.
But, you know, they genuinely had the availability to be more patient and stick it out at a job and wait to grow, because their rent was $600.
Exactly. Yeah.
And their milk was 95 cents. I mean, everything was,
and they didn't have Susie up on their phone traveling the world and telling you, you just gotta quit, babe.
No, and they didn't have Dax being a streamer sitting out his thing for 15 hours, making $20,000 on an integration for a TikTok.
Exactly. No.
I've seen people make my
have
salary.
Mercy on us, like, genuinely. Have mercy. Have patience.
And please pay me more.
And please, who do we got to talk to restructure corporate? Like, the ladder, got to add some mini steps, because I'm confused and I'm tired.
Like, make it swirly. Make it fun.
Make it swirly, yes. Because then you can also see how far you've come and how far up you're going. I like that. The swirl, that's a better.
And it's also just more fun.
So much more fun.
A fun shape.
So much more fun.
Come on now. What color? Purple.
Yeah, I think purple or like fuchsia.
Fuchsia, that was like the best playground color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty color.
Anyways, I think we've reached a natural conclusion.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm proud of us.
I am proud.
Clean cut episode.
How do we feel? It was really conversational. we hope you liked
on a podcast. No way.
Not everybody needs to be silent. Watch out for our next episode. It's just us in mime.
I think I'm just really hungry. I have not stopped thinking about a coffee for like 40 minutes. Yeah, sorry.
Get your coffee.
You to the coffee.
No, of course. I love that. I'm down. Does everybody need to quit their job? As somebody that has now been unemployed for 8 months.
Wow.
But with, again, we didn't talk about this enough, but it's like, I've been so privileged that it's like, it hasn't come at a financial strain for me. I saved a lot of money while I was working, so I've been like solid. But I do think, as a very ambitious person, it has not been as fun as I would have expected it to be. I think I've learned a lot about myself, which that's the part that I'm really proud of. I think not having something to like validate myself from really made me look at how I view work, and I will continue to be someone that works really hard because it's just in my nature. I like to work hard. I like to put my best foot forward in the things that I do, but I don't think it identifies me. Come hang out with me. I'm really funny and a kind person, and I think that should be
5 stars.
enough. But having had the experience of quitting because I was feeling quitting again, my experience has been positive. So obviously I can't speak like if you're going through a really rough time and like you're being shitted on, who are we to be like, stick through it? No, like, you know yourself, but know your priority. I think is the most important thing when you're quitting a job. If it is your mental health, which it should be, that is a perfectly fine reason to be like, I gotta go. I do respect that. But I think for me, I've realized that for my specific reason, which was I quit my job to follow my dreams, I don't think I needed to be completely honest. I don't regret it. Again, I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about the industry, about life, and I'm really grateful for that. But I'm also aware that it would be nice to have money, that a job can't just be providing that stability and like money to do other things and follow your passions. So no, I don't think you have to quit a job unless it's like in contradiction with your priorities at the moment. But if it's just a thing of like, I feel like everybody around me is on the verge of something great and I need to pursue this, take a moment to sit with that and trust yourself enough to be like, can I pursue greatness from where I'm at? And if you can, do it. If you genuinely feel like you can't, then yeah, go off. But again, just don't be hasty about it. I feel. Don't quit your jobs, especially not right now with the state of the economy. Don't do it. It's bad.
I'm going to contradict you.
No, go for it.
I think, yes, you should quit your job. Like I said, there is no reason to live life on this planet feeling like you could be doing something different, something better, something more in tune with you. If it comes down simply to just being happy and enjoying life, please, for the love of God, quit the job. Now, like we both
I just got to learn happiness.
Like if you need the base camp, the backbone, the backing, if you need a financial backing, don't quit your job without having another job lined up. But if you don't, oh my God, quit. Go and explore 1,000 different things. try and find what makes you happiest, what fulfills you, what gets you up in the morning, what makes you smile. It doesn't have to be the end all be all, because like we said, you should also enjoy your personal life. But something that for 8-9 hours a day, you can sit at your desk, you can sit on your mic, you can sit on you can stand at the coffee bar, whatever your job might be, you feel fulfilled and you feel happy doing it. I think there's no reason to live your life every day miserable just for a paycheck. And I refuse to do that.
That's a good point. Listen to her.
And I'm the first. If you look, Andrea and I have this thing. Andrea always goes, if you're having a pity party, I'm gonna tell you. If you're in,
I love a pity party. If you're
like I want to quit my job, I'm gonna call you every day and text you, have you quit your job? And my friend can attest to this.
Yeah.
Because I literally will text her almost daily. Have you quit your job?
But it's good. But see, you're also an example of like, you've done it and it's fine. Like
I have.
Another job comes. That's the thing. I'm also in a space where it's like, I haven't seen the sun yet, so don't listen to me. But
no, listen.
But the sun also rises. That's the thing. Nothing is the end at the end of the world. At the end of the day,
rises. Yes, there's nothing that's the end of the world. Nothing you can't conquer,
and there's no job that's gonna make you the king of the world either. Let go of that.
There's this spin instructor that she says, "I am, I can, I will, I do."
Oh, I like that.
If you ever feel lost in your job, or lost in your job search, or lost in your funemployment, you are.
That's a great. I like that. I'm gonna take that moving forward.
Take it moving forward. I forgot what her name is. I'll put her name in our description box.
Yeah.
Because I love that quote.
Yeah.
But she's fantastic.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you have it. If you are planning on quitting a job, don't quote us.
Please don't quote us. We're begging you. We don't want legal repercussions.
But do let us know. We are curious, like how you feel about this stuff.
Have you quit a job?
Do you
regret quitting that job?
Yes.
Do you love quitting a job?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's your object of gratitude?
Ooh, I don't have one prepared. You go first.
Mine is kisses from pets. I love when my pets give me little kisses. My little baby James and Nova, when they're like, today I choose love.
Wait, that's so cute. Yeah. Unfortunately, mine was not that. The first thing what came to my mind was a passion fruit martini.
Amazing! Passion fruit martini?
I do not. Oh.
I gotta have one of those.
That's what we're doing when we're editing.
Oh my god!
I love them. It's like God's gift to cocktails. I can't really talk today, huh?
So you gotta get that. We gotta get her that coffee. So.
Oh, that'll be my post object of gratitude. The latte
like for next week. Oh yeah. And also, by the way, I didn't get a single DM from last week's episode. So if you guys could
you guys are ridiculous.
Hop on LinkedIn, I'd really like an opportunity to be working again.
Oh, okay. Well,
thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you later.
Love you.